Hello, everybody. Hey, all right. Good.
Officer Frost,
Officer Frost.
didn't do it.
And Jesse's on. Perfect. Okay. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Right. Roll call vote, non-hybrid. We don't have anyone on Zoom, so.
Okay, so we got. Gil,
Oh.
I got. I got. Chris. I got Al Chin, Harrison. Nobody on Zoom?
No.
Nope, just Officer Frost,
Jesse and
Chief
Thanks.
Frost and Jesse.
6.
6, so we got 4, so 7. 7.
I got you, John.
Everyone get the agenda? Good.
Unless I have pockets of past and they never forget with.
All right, so we'll jump right into open mic. I know Diana wants to address.
Oh, I can't address that because I had to address it during the minutes, not now.
What do you mean?
Because it's not an open mic, it's with the minutes. I can't address it until the minutes.
You wanted to address the 8th minutes.
Huh?
You wanted to
I
address.
can't until we bring up the minutes. That's protocol.
Okay, all right, fine.
That-
Okay.
that's-
I
that-
believe it.
Okay, that's fine, whatever.
I don't want people coming after me, that's all.
Okay, upcoming events. Does anyone have anything else before we do that? Any more open mic? Anybody got anything?
What is the date of the town festival thingy we're doing?
The craft fair?
No, the street party.
That's not until next year.
That's, yeah, so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
You're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Don't press.
You can stop planning it now.
We're not
You
doing
can,
that.
I'll tell you what, stop walking off the street.
No, no, no.
One thing,
Sure,
I don't know if it's an open mic or whatever it is. Anybody know what tomorrow is?
tomorrow's Friday, Thursday.
Thursday.
1655, the town of Billerica was established by a state legislature.
Look at the smile.
Yes,
Literally.
No, that, I think it's something new.
He just rediscovered the wheel.
I got a call from a former state rep to say, you go to that 250th meeting, you tell them this, they won't know. 1655.
I knew it.
Well, so that's what, 370 years?
Do the math, I don't.
Yeah.
370 years? 370 years this year.
So I thought you'd all appreciate it. Positive or not.
That's fine, that's wonderful. Happy birthday, Bill Ricker.
Good math.
All right. Okay. Anybody else? Nope. Tommy? Nope. No? Going once, twice? All right. Upcoming events.
All right, the next event coming up is this Saturday. Which, I have to wait for Robert. Robert, is it Robert on?
Probably me.
I have a talk to him tomorrow because the cultural fair has asked to join the craft fair, which is not a problem. Because we're all together, bring the community together, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if they're gonna be joining us Saturday because they were supposed to be outside, but Saturday it's going to rain. I have offered them room inside the auditorium. So Robert was gonna get in touch with them today and see if they want to be inside. If not, I believe they have a rain date for Sunday, but they would get more visibility if they came on Saturday, but you know, not my decision, so, but it's out there. So the craft fair is all set up and Michelle, you're coming. Tommy, you just said you were coming.
I'll be there in the morning, so I gotta drop stuff off to you. I'll probably hang for a few minutes.
Okay.
I got kids that day.
What time is this?
Eight, having to 9 o'clock. It's 9 to 3.
Yeah, 9 to 10.
I'll be there.
Probably there from 9 to 10.
Okay.
Or 8:30 to 10. I'll set up and everything.
All right, John?
I got my nephew's soccer game. I promised him I'll go to, but then I'll be there at noon
I can come earlier to help you guys, and then at noon I'm running the booth for Yankee Doodle.
Okay, here,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm
Do you need
gonna
help? Do you need
multitask
help?
between the two events.
After craft
You need
fair.
help with that?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna need help with is, in the morning, the vendors are coming at 8 a.m. And at 8 a.m., they're gonna be giving us, I've asked them all to donate an item, whatever they're selling on their tables. And we're going to raffle those off. So we need somebody to just, put a number on it and put it on the table,
I'll try to be there.
so that we.
If
And
the
then,
game is canceled, I'll be there at 8. But this game's at 8:30, so.
Soccer never gets.
wait, I shouldn't,
I got a granddaughter's soccer game
Never
later in
gets
the
canceled.
morning, but
No matter how
I'll
much
be
rain.
for that.
but it might be the same soccer game.
No, Arlington.
No,
Oh,
Waltham playing in Burlington.
okay.
You're on a traveling team.
I heard from What the Fork today, they will be there, also Queen
Queen Brew.
Brew will also be there for our.
They're
food
friends with
trucks.
looking forward, so they,
Oh, are they?
yeah.
I don't know. They're looking at me like I don't know.
I thought you said 8 to 3. So, well,
9 to 3.
9 to
Nine to
3,
three.
Set up
vendors
today.
are setting up at 8 a.m.
I thought you said 4 o'clock. Did I hear 4 o'clock? I was trying to get a handle, so I
And
can.
I'm hoping to have a drink by 4 o'clock, but.
No, all right. Maybe
Deanna,
that's
where are
why.
they setting it up?
Huh?
Where are they setting up?
Out front,
Out in front of town hall, you're saying, correct?
correct, right out front here.
In the parking lot?
Yeah, there's only 2 trucks. So I mean,
Is
They can either go
DPW gonna
this
be
way.
setting up any cones or anything like that for you?
they're supposed to be, but
Okay.
I'm coming up to the town hall tomorrow. And tomorrow I have an appointment up here at 12 to go over the tables and everything else. So they should be setting the cones up. If not, I'll just ask them for the cones. Or drive around, go work and pick up cones. Pick them up
You
there.
could do that. That would help them out.
Huh?
That would help them out.
Probably get arrested, but hey. Yeah, there'll only be 2 food trucks, so it doesn't, I don't really care if they park across, like by the flagpole over there, or they park near the building.
Okay.
Do you have a preference, Chief Frost?
I think it's gonna be a game day decision, how things look as they set up, but yeah, obviously you just wanna make sure that there's plenty of opportunity for emergency vehicles to go, from the north to the south side of the building. And, and that's just it's a good place where you can set up lines if people are gonna be in line waiting to get up to the food truck.
Maybe we should go by the flagpole. What do you guys think? Because if you have a line that goes that way, they'll be in the middle where the emergency vehicles would be going by, right?
Did you say it's raining?
Hmm?
Did you say it's supposed to rain and that's why?
It's supposed to rain, but, huh?
They said it's supposed to rain, that's why the other event is not outside.
Right, they're not gonna be outside.
So we're keeping it closer to the door so people can get in and out from the food back to shelter.
Yeah, so I'd keep them on the building side.
Keep on building side, all right.
So
So
I come at 8 o'clock, will I meet?
I'll be right out front here, At
At the front door?
because the vendors should be coming in. Hopefully, everything will be set up by then. I talked to Chief Frost today. He's going to do the bicycle safety on July 3rd in the library parking lot. We were gonna do it on this Saturday, but it's not gonna work out, so be on July 3rd from 5 to 7. And then the concert's at 7.
Perfect.
So that works out for everybody. I
And
hope.
ride your bicycle,
Huh?
ride your bicycle.
They, bicycle safety. I don't know if they'll get helmets or not, I don't know what they'll do, but
We've got materials that we can pass out. We'll have some stuff there for it. We'll make it up. We'll do a nice job.
The recreation department also has a lot of leftover helmets from previous events. I'd say we probably have about 30 of them that we can donate to this.
Oh, good.
okay.
Great.
Chief Frost, do you want me to pick them up and bring them to you, or you wanna just stop by there by recreation, or?
Yeah, we can work that out, Deanna. No worries. I'll take care of it. I'll I'll hook up with you Jesse, and we'll figure it out.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, thank you. We appreciate your input. So that's the craft fair. Anybody have any questions? We have about 30 vendors.
So we're sold out.
We're sold out. Definitely sold out.
Perfect.
Um,
How are we advertising it?
this on Facebook.
I haven't seen it.
I've shared it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've shared it with all over the place too.
Is it on all of those pages?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's on bipartisans, it's on,
Residents,
citizens,
denizens.
denizens, Barica, whatever, Barica residents now, whatever. It's- Actually, no.
It's a diversified group.
The official town page also shared it out, and then the VATV town hall weekly that they just did also.
Oh,
Everyone
nice.
watches that show.
Perfect.
So it's been out there.
It's on the bulletin board.
Yep.
So we will have a craft table because, you know, kids are kids. You know, you're gonna keep them. Give them something to do.
Occupied.
Yeah. So I did call around to Lowe's and Home Depot, because usually they have those kits you can do. You know, you paint them all,
Mhm.
whatever. And none of them have any. Their next event is coming up next Saturday. So they're like, well, we'll call you when we get them. It's like, okay, well, don't need it. So if anybody knows anybody that can get some wood or something, tile, I don't know, whatever, that the kids can paint. You know, I'll get the
We got
paint.
plenty of tile.
I don't keep any of it.
You don't keep any tile.
All stays on the job.
No tile. You keep no tile.
I keep zero.
You don't keep one piece from every job?
No.
No?
No.
It's like a memento.
No. You keep a piece of roof shingle from every job?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
When I was in finance, I kept a number for
Yeah.
every job too.
I leave the people face like nice in the
All
corner.
right. So that's about, if not, I'll just pick something up at the Dollar Tree store. What else do you guys wanna know?
Michael's, did you try Michael's?
The
I have gone to
Berwick
Michael's.
Christmas parade has thousands of ornaments.
We need those for.
Little ornaments.
We need those for Yankee Doodle.
Alright,
I have,
well, it's gonna be an exciting event. It's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be busy, so. Cool, and then after that, we have what?
June 11th.
June 11th.
Michael O'Connor, the author of Riley's Treasure Chest and Lady Liberty's Treasure Hunt, is going to be at the Billbrook Public Library to sign books, sell books. He's donated his 2 books so that we can raffle them
Beautiful.
that night. He was also featured on Channel 5 WCDD, and it looks like he is going viral.
Really?
Because, yeah, he was picked up on by national news.
No kidding.
Yeah, so he'll be there. He'd also like to come into Yankee Doodle weekend, and I said I'd see if I can find a spot.
What part of his prizes found?
Part of it was found, but not the one that we were pushing, Riley's Treasure Chase.
Which is the kids one.
Yeah, Lady Liberty's Treasure Hunt. They found part of the treasure, but not the whole thing. But he also asked us to create a second flyer with that other, the other book featured. This one has both of them on it, but I told him I would make one and created it, but I just need to have something.
I think you could call Taryn for Yankee Doodle.
I mean,
Taryn, or I told we could put them at the Historical Society. You know, if we
I
share,
mean, it's a great thing.
It's your booth, you guys can do whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Is he, oh, so you don't have to sell him the books, it's just a raffle?
you have to pre-order the books.
Okay.
So if you want a treasure map, you have to pre-order the book,
If you pre-order the books, he'll have them there and he'll sign them for you.
because you can't buy the raffle. Because you're a committee member.
Isn't the library, did they say they're gonna buy some? No?
I asked that they would, and that hasn't, decision has not been made, but. I was hoping he would donate some. And, and Tom Considine is on the library board, so
Okay.
he's involved in this also.
Okay, so he
So I'm
got,
hoping that maybe when I see him, we can ask him if he'll do a second one.
all right,
But they-
Tom or Mike?
Tom.
If when you, and when you see Tom, if you can ask him about the haunted tour. And I tried calling him and he never got back to me.
I wasn't able.
Hey, Kelly. Um,
Hi.
he never got back to me, but because he wanted to get involved, Dr. Cleary reached out to me about him being involved with the, tours, because that's what he actually does in the city.
Right.
So he wants here,
Can we
so
have his phone number?
I have, yeah, I'll give his phone number. Hold on.
Because I haven't been able to reach him.
Because I reached out to Tom. What's the other guy's name? Tom,
Considine?
no, what's the other guy? Tom Walsh? No,
Tom.
Tom Walsh is the principal.
yeah, I reached out to him about and he hasn't called me back. I sent him an email,
Okay.
so, because I was gonna call him again tomorrow.
Tom Considine is the librarian and he's also on the board of the public library. So if you have a number to reach him. That's-
That's something you have to do in person on a, right?
Yes,
Because I'm just gonna mention this in the thing tomorrow. Is there a price for the raffle?
I haven't made it yet.
Oh,
You can make that decision tonight if you want to. But I got sheets of raffles. I think they're 25 on a sheet and then we can set a price. People can buy a sheet of raffles. And they're good because they have that,
Big ticket with
the
all the
big one
villains,
with the
right?
number on it, makes it easy.
cool.
I'd like to apologize to you.
Well, excusable.
How about if I make a motion that we set the price for the raffle
Sorry.
tonight? The price of the raffle for a sheet was $5.
Well, are we talking about for the books?
Yeah.
How much you buy the books for?
Books are like
How much did we
$50.
purchase?
Well,
the
there are
books
two
for?
different books. One is going to be, is $59.99 and the other one is $49.99. Or the hardcover is $59, the soft
But
cover.
when they buy 25 raffle tickets just for that one prize?
I think they can put it in either one.
Okay. I didn't know if there was other ones besides the two, that's why I was asking.
No, we're raffling one of each.
One of each book.
That needs
I
to
was just trying to clarify, that's all.
What are the, how many tickets are in the book? 25?
25.
25.
Yeah, 5 for 25. I think that's fine.
That's,
Yeah, that's good.
Raffle tickets.
10% of the book value,
yeah,
reasonable.
So
you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
It's no
It's
possible.
it's not the number of tickets that you sell from time they're actually handing you. There's only one winner for each book, so. it doesn't-
Yeah, but you want to make, but to them, if they're buying 25, getting 25 tickets for $5 to win a book,
Mhm.
that's retailed at $50. You gotta have it
But it has to be
justified.
person.
Yeah.
Send the 250 committee a message and say.
No,
Or-
we don't have that.
Do we didn't set that up yet?
No,
What?
because meet we have to meet, and he's here during the day.
Do you want me to meet
And
him?
I'm still working during the day.
Do you want
I'm
me
meeting with him
do you want me to
tomorrow.
meet him?
If you'd like to, you're meeting him tomorrow.
So you do.
So on Zeffy.com, all he has to do is go in and set us up.
What's it called?
ZEFFY.
DE.
Zeffy,
Z
Zeffy.
is in zipper. ZEFFY.
Zipper.
ZE.
Zebra.
FFY.
And he's gonna do the account, all the numbers for the checking account for people, it's gonna go into that.
Okay, I'll talk to him tomorrow, because I have to come here.
It'll take 2 minutes for him to set it up. And then that goes live on our website as soon as I have it.
Okay,
I did find out one thing with the teachers, because when it's tight, where once we got some prices and I got ADDs is also has somebody to reach out to.
What are you talking
Get
about?
them
Sure.
shirts. And the way I was looking at sites, we could order, like, just say if we ordered 60 or 40 different sizes. On some of these sites, you can do it where this is like a nonprofit, what we're doing. They can order directly from a Venmo or PayPal right from that site, and they will ship for free the t-shirt to them.
I already ordered 60 shirts.
You already ordered them?
$2, 47 cents a piece.
A piece? Do we already have what about the graphics? Cause I might have the graphics already down what you guys picked out.
So then are you just cricketing them?
No. We were gonna have this silk screen is the best way to do it, because when cricketing, And my daughter, my daughter-in-law, and a few other people do cricket, and we've done t-shirts. What happens when you wash them, they can fall apart very easily.
Oh, that happens to any shirt.
So, yeah, right, but this will get a little bit longer wear, because I mean, some people get stains.
Yep.
You don't wanna have to, oh, I did put it inside, oh, great, it's stuck to the towel, or whatever. So by doing it through silk screening, even if we come up with the t-shirts, he can have his company, he can sublet them out for us a lot cheaper.
ADG.
ADG.
Yeah, he's got the guy, cause he's the
Yeah.
guy that used.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
so he can do good, and then, not to me, I know we talked about volunteer on the back and stuff. Is it, it's easier and cheaper for us just to iron, because there's only so many of us volunteer on the back, I'll iron them on the back.
That's, yeah,
Can we get like ones for us to wear, the
Yeah.
committee made so that we can wear them to these events?
yes.
Yeah,
And then we could do the silk screen ones
this
separately.
Well, so it depends, so the silk screen can be more efficient to have a company do it,
to have the.
but the
company do it
question
instead
is,
of
what's the
design.
cost?
Right, so you said you got the t-shirts for X amount, the
The total-
cost will be probably substantially less than what you were quoting earlier, you had said 5.25 or something they would run.
They're
Like-
about, so by the time you do with the vinyl and the shirts, we're probably at about
Yeah.
$5 a shirt to
Right.
make them.
And I was getting prices just even on the line at this point, I was like looking at 60 or 96 of them. And that was like 328. The more you order, the better.
But that's with the
And
graphics
colors.
on them
Graphics on.
for
Yeah.
$3 and something cents.
Yeah, that was online. And then I think he can, where you picked up the shirts, that's gonna help us even more. Cause the company will, who he goes through will help us. Also doing the banner and some stuff on it. And with having our own decal through ADG, we can do book bags and he'll silk screen them on the book bags. We can do bumper stickers, we
Huh?
can do stickers, we can do all sorts of stuff because we will own that logo. And John was talking about the flag here. So another design what I looked at was an American flag, this is United States with the American flag over the United States.
Is he gonna have them done by Saturday?
No, I'm trying. He may give me a few just to show. And
So
then we
I'm
go
gonna
from there.
continue the path I was on with making them, so you have them for Saturday.
Yeah, if
That's
that's the case, I'll take
Huh?
the Saturday with us. Yeah.
No, these are for sale, you said one to sell.
You want to sell them for?
I'd rather for us to get them screen printed, because it is a better,
Right,
better
to sell, so if we have them for display. And then I'll get your order and I'll even deliver if I have to the people's houses and get their order and then we can go that way. So if you have some for us to wear for Saturday. And then we have a couple just for display.
No, so Saturday I'm gonna have probably 40 or something so of them for you to sell. Cause you wanted them to sell there, right?
Right.
And that's what we talked about, just having the logo. For you to sell them at the table for the fair only. And then we were gonna modify and change for every future event. This was just so you have them. If she can get them screen printed, if Kelly can get them screen printed by Saturday, the shirts will be here tonight.
I think he's gonna do the best he can for me, cause I did tell him Saturday I
Yeah,
really wanted some.
was it Bob or Ralph?
So it's Bob,
Okay,
and then he's got his guy, so I mean, I have faith in Bob. And I know he'll do the best he can. But
So
I
why
can't
don't
guarantee-
you two talk?
well, so I mean, I'll go in there and ask, is he gonna have them done for Saturday? Cause if he's gonna have them done for Saturday, I'm not gonna,
I
spend
can't
the time.
guarantee that right now until I talk to him. I talked to him today. And then I'm actually checking my emails, but see if I got any more. I sent him some of the graphics, what I had. He was gonna talk with his guy and he said to me, Kelly, if you can get the t-shirts, it's gonna be a hell of a lot cheaper than what you're getting quoted online. So I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, if you supply me the shirts, I'll get these done. I said,
so
"Okay."
I'll drop the shirts off to him tomorrow,
Right,
confirm that he can print them.
right. But don't drop any, don't, like, what I'm saying, is don't go, oh, hey, Bob, Kelly said, let me confirm with him too. That, okay, where are you at with this, Bob? I know that he's gonna do a better price than 5.25. I know that.
I mean, I know to buy shirts, they're $9 to $10 a piece. When you do company
Well-
shirts.
Right,
So I mean, if he can do them for $5, that's like, he'll be doing all my shirts and all, I'm sure all John's shirts. too.
yeah, once you.
So, you know, so I don't, if I mean, 5 is, so if he can do that, great. But let's, because otherwise I'm gonna be spending all night tomorrow.
Right, talking about shirts, just,
Well, I'm gonna be spending all night tomorrow putting the decals and logos on them, or I'm not gonna be doing it all night tomorrow.
wait, and I will talk to you at 9 AM. And I'll.
9 a.m. tomorrow.
I'll bring my iron over. Put
I'm
this
sorry.
together.
No, you don't have to.
My God, yeah.
Gabby has the whole.
I used to want to sell t-shirts in Paul Park.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
No, it's,
Can we make
they're
one easier?
professional, it's a
Oh,
professional.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, she has a professional setup.
yeah, because my dad's making so many things. Wooden stamp, also leather they can do with it, all sorts of stuff. But it can get expensive buying the vinyl, all that. And then when you're doing such bulk and the quality of t-shirts, it could change the way it wanders. Like,
You'll have t-shirts for Saturday.
we'll have some, that's a good thing. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
a good guy.
you, Kelly,
Coordinate.
and Chris, you guys gonna figure out that.
I'm not doing that yet.
I have the t-shirts coming in.
Mhm.
I got 15
But
large.
you have to talk to her.
Yeah, correct. So we have the t-shirts. There's 5 smalls, 15 mediums, 15 larges, 15 extra larges. XXLs, I think I got 5 of them. Anything,
I need one.
anything bigger, we'll have to special order them
That was one.
because they're
And
like,
then that-
they're significantly more.
And then
But yours almost down as well.
We can do different things.
I'm an XXL.
You're almost not gonna X.
Right.
You're looking good.
I saved my XL.
What are you down? How many?
Right.
25 pounds.
Good. How do you feel?
Three.
Oh, yeah.
Knees feel better, I'm sure, right? Nice.
Yeah, where's the fever? So that's what I was doing online,
Just
and
that.
I got prices on this. And if we were doing like 16 t-shirts would have cost,
This is
$450
For 60 t-shirts
for 60 with front and back,
for $452.
huh? 450.
The logo front and back.
What's that? That's $7 each.
Yeah, but they're not really great quality, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's-
Women's-
7 something.
It came out to like, some of them, there's a couple of sites.
Can I get mine?
I mean, I'm in disagreement with the big logo on the front, but that's up to you guys.
I'm not a fan of.
No, well, it's not gonna be that big.
Yeah, I mean, usually chest logo,
Chest
Like
logo,
the
yeah.
chest
Like
logo.
that.
because we said 4-inch logo the last time. That's what we
Right.
talked about last meeting. 4-inch.
I
logo.
like, right, I like the logo, not that big.
Yeah, no,
And
that's-
Bob's even gonna come up with a couple of different things that you want people to know, the Orchard celebrate 250, it's like, oh. So we wanna be like, woo.
Like, they go to Concord Center.
I know,
Everywhere.
We're gonna make it, on the back,
Back, yes,
What'd you say?
I
Not
said,
the
I
front.
like the big logo.
I didn't know that.
not the front.
I would say do that in the back and in the front, just put
I did the flag,
something little right here.
I did America, and then it was the United States shape, that and all that, and it was in red, white, with a flag going across it.
So
Okay.
the flag's ever coming, it's back supposed to be flying backwards.
Mhm.
So
No,
the
so
flag,
backwards,
but the flag would be on the shoulder, not on the chest.
yeah.
You're actually not supposed to use a flag on a parallel. But,
Michelle, we.
She didn't have it.
yeah, but it's going properly up, no, you're not supposed to, modify the flag.
No, you're not supposed to.
And Chris, I'll let you know where everything, then you can let the rest of the committee know where we're at, and if we have to do a quick Zoom on
For
Friday.
what?
On the final thing where we're going with the t-shirts, we should let them know, like Bob's at this price. We don't wanna just say, okay, we're gonna go Bob,
Well, no, we have the,
We get
we
t-shirts.
have the we already authorized money for t-shirts, so it's
Right.
up to whatever we spend. So we don't have, that's the whole point of not having to go back every time we have to spend something.
right,
We're all in agreement, we're ordering shirts. We all are in agreement of what's being put on them. We said basic last meeting,
You did.
so that's what we're keeping with.
Yeah.
Or are we changing it? Because if we're gonna change it, then we have to vote on it.
I don't think anybody wants to change it. Anybody wanna change it?
Because we talked to full,
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
we set a 4-inch logo on the chest and that was all we were doing for sellable t-shirts. Are we
Okay.
still in agreement for that, or do we want to change?
Simple.
simple, yeah, keep it, what is it, yes, keep it simple.
Pick up
stupid.
the things that are simple. I had.
Yeah, so that's the exact size that it would be.
Yeah.
For the next round of shirts, we can always order them differently. Okay, are we good? So we have June 11th. Oh, Michael,
Michael O'Connor.
it was on June 11th. We went over the craft fair.
O'Connor.
Okay, O'Connell.
And yeah, and
O'Connor.
it's 6 to 6:30. It's an hour, 37.
Are we doing refreshments or anything?
I can bring some water, but it's the library.
So they don't allow any like,
No one's asking.
okay. Gil, anything? Any updates?
Well, no, I'm just waiting for us to come up with something I can ask the bank the money for.
We have,
We,
we have
The letter.
the letter.
Cat did it.
Oh,
We did it last week.
Okay, Chris,
Actually, I can send it to you,
please.
but
I can't submit the request, so I can certainly push the request.
Okay.
So with Stone, now Enterprise, I don't mind asking them for money,
okay,
but once we got the letter, I can.
I just wanted to throw this out there because you know my ideas. You know, how we were talking about that nickel, the wooden nickel.
Mhm.
And then we had talked about the schools and different types of fundraisers and stuff, and we know that they have penny drives, and we know that they're trying to get rid of the penny. And then I kind of reached out to chief, our fire chiefs, because they do food drives. Have we figured out anything, maybe like a giant, like, you know, how we throw change in water jugs, like the schools have penny drives or change drives to get the party going? To get everything going for like Yankee Doodle, to have this big party that we've been hoping to achieve.
If you
To
want
have fun drives where the kids get involved, you know, and their schools competing with how much are we gonna raise for the 250 committee block party that they're gonna throw us, how much are we gonna raise?
So I think that would be
Schools are
tricky because they have their fun runs.
yeah, they had.
So that's-
Why I said
yeah.
just like a change check, that they just go dump it in there. And, you know, kids come in, oh, throw the pennies in, because little ones like that too. Elementary schools, you know, just something, any little, listen, any change in your car will take, okay? Any change on the floor of your car will take in. You know, every little penny, nickel, dime, we need it.
we'll have to talk to the.
Do the Lions still do the penny for sight?
The what?
Lions, do they still do the penny for sight? Do they still do that?
Not you.
No. 'Cause I remember,
Well, they make a contribution to it.
yeah, but do they still collect the
national-
pennies?
And,
They had them. Yeah, they've still got them sold to banks.
Do they still have some of the banks? Yeah.
What do you guys think of this one? You know how the firemen do the food drive in the center? You guys got those cool Minuteman hats. How about throwing a hat? Yeah, we do the food drive in the center.
So a hat drive?
Just getting, yes, just getting us out there. We gotta get out there. Cause a lot of people don't know what we're doing, what we're trying to do.
So,
You get ideas, get out there.
so we're collecting money in the corner.
We're in the center, like the cheerleaders do it and, you know, there's plenty of food drives. We're gonna do it with the hats because it's the Minutemen, the history.
So I don't necessarily know how I feel about that.
You can say them.
It's up to
getting
you
with
guys
class.
think. I
Don't
think, I
freeze up
think,
my corner, that's how I make my living.
I mean, I think we should
Food,
be
all you guys said.
primarily focusing on collecting money at events and doing our stuff and driving money that way. I don't necessarily know how it would be
Well-
perceived for us to be standing out and
Yeah, well, it's not standing like begging, feed me and pork, but the Minutemen and the history and different things, when we get some of the theater to do some of the stuff instead to show the activity of what we've got going on. And how we connect.
I love Dr.
ourselves together.
Pepper.
You can set up something that says donations gratefully accepted and let people throw money in it too, but I don't know how much money you're gonna actually make from that.
Yeah,
It's not the money aspect, though, it's getting out there. Getting the word out
Well,
there.
that's why we're doing the t-shirts.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you wanna get it out there, an easier way too is make a flyer with a QR code to donate and put it on every shop window.
Well, once,
Literally, and just say, help us out, and every pizza shop at O'Connor can just, as they walk in, oh crap, okay? And Venmo, someone might just do $1.
I think we should have a town meeting.
Simplest, easiest way to do it. Like, everyone
Yeah.
to put it on their window,
everything that we put out there could have that little.
little
Donate
QR
here.
code that says
and-
donate, because we're doing it for Yankee Doodle.
When
I
you-
gave them the idea for Yankee
Yeah.
Doodle, we're putting on the side of a float, please donate.
Because you're doing it on our website, if we're
Right.
handing this out, oh, please send money.
QR code's the easiest way, everyone has a phone and everyone has Venmo.
I mean,
To
Diana-
your point, not everyone has change.
right.
No one, no one comes in the Catholic society,
Be honest
unless
with
you're
you.
Italian.
Right, I guess I'm just looking
I
at small
never
different.
have money at all.
Like Monday through Friday, you'll never find me with cash, cause my guy goes try to bum money out. I never carry cash.
Well, this, card that we got
That's
printed,
why.
right,
What's
but if I'm not out there to tell you about it, how am I gonna get there?
My
The
ticket to the
website-
Titanic from Sunday.
The website, there was a lot of things that Diana was
What
getting,
is that?
the people on
Went
the
to the
website,
Titanic.
were getting hacked with
The museum.
scammers. And.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, there was like, someone were taking orders.
In London.
Yeah, Collins, we got plenty of tables, there's like 3 of them.
They did.
I messaged you about it.
I saw it, but
Yeah.
then there's nothing.
And we weren't out there until April
I have no
11th.
access.
April 11th was
Facebook
the only
page.
time. the,
Yeah, I have to
craft
ask-
fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
So,
Michelle and I think Isaac must have caught it.
What did I do?
I called Isaac
What he said.
and I think he removed it because it's
yeah,
like,
but did you guys hear me? The only time it was on the Facebook page was April 11th. That's it. The craft fair, and she does a lot of work in it. She's got
What do you
positive.
mean it's only been?
It's only been on the Facebook page. The date that it was posted was just April 11th. I went for the whole page.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I've
didn't
never
find it
seen
till
it.
April
I
11th.
haven't
People
seen
don't-
it.
I saw it today.
But.
Yeah, Because I
It's
got,
not-
I got a hold of
I
it.
have it interested events.
Yeah, but you
I-
claimed it as interested, so your Facebook is reminding you that it's coming up.
He was,
People like me who didn't put it as interested in events, it's not like.
no,
back
no,
up on your Facebook.
or you're not friends. Or you're not friends. It's on the town
I don't have many
page.
friends, I'm old.
You got friends.
Figured.
But that's why you see, because you put interest, so now your Facebook will remind you. 'cause
I
that
just
event-
interested today.
Right.
I
And
just clicked interested.
I honestly God, I have not seen it, and I'm friends with the 250 committee, I'm friends with town hall, this, I have not seen it.
Can you
Okay.
specifically look up the
Look,
town of
okay.
River's Facebook?
it's on
page?
here.
it's on there.
Find the content and that way you can share it to your own network, which will help visibility even more.
Yeah, yeah.
Say that again.
If you intentionally go to the town of Billings Facebook page, you can find the post there. Then share it to your own page, that way anyone that follows you, that just helps the visibility that much more.
Right.
Okay.
But it's,
Did you like that, the 250th committee on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should be getting all those.
Yeah.
notifications. And if you look on the page.
This is a
I wonder if I put like, but I'm not following, and that's why.
Yeah.
Well, you get on,
Get
And then-
follow, come on.
and so into the very top of the Facebook page, so every time you go to that page, it's right there in your face.
Robert, you can put it out there today on the town page. That was good, because I was like, come on, Robert.
Yeah, that's what,
I just wanted my chatter about everything, what we're doing, everything, you know, and many, as much feedback from people. Yankee Doodle will be coming up in September. I wanna get that jail day going,
Yeah.
because I think that's gonna be a way.
I'm gonna get your ass arrested.
Huh?
Don't worry. Don't you worry.
all right, so
Retaliation.
Camp to June 11th.
All right. So, huh?
we had,
Oh, yeah, we're only going like a month.
Okay.
Upcoming. Those are upcoming. There's nothing, one more thing until in June.
June 14th, Minutemen are doing the Ace Pollard thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're also, they're gonna be at Manning Nance. And then there's, the Historical Society is doing an open house that same day for them. I don't know if everybody can come or just the Manning people. That's on the 14th.
I think we're clear until July.
Yeah, that's,
And then July 3rd, we have our party.
Mhm.
And then we're working on the luncheon
For after the third.
after
and we have the 8th
August.
is the 215th band.
2/15.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep,
right.
so once we,
And we are co-hosting that, so
That's gotta be.
so we'll be jumping right
this
from the
is
third to
Stuff
the
that
eighth.
has to get out on the, in the senior magazine.
So,
it's on the Facebook.
all right, so Rachel, we'll cut off the upcoming events for now. So we have 2 things ahead of us. Well, no, the only reason I say is because if we keep going with them, then we don't really have much action on because we're focusing on something that's a week away. Let's put all our focus to that. Next meeting, we'll start, we'll start working on the third before then. But then comes the third, which is our next quote unquote big event.
When do you have to put the stuff in for the senior?
Cause everything.
You know, who's heading that up, getting the stuff in?
Were you writing the blog, Thomas?
Well, for our,
The senior,
The
Oh.
COA magazine.
I,
it was you, I think it was you and
Yeah,
Michelle.
that was,
oh,
but that's
yeah,
not saying about the,
well, that was my question, but
Oh,
how,
yeah, suck that all.
so my,
That's this weekend.
No, no.
Yeah, no. this
Go ahead.
weekend.
Sorry, Thomas.
no, no, it's okay.
Right,
Right,
but like, that's-
the 29th, the 31st, and the 11th.
Right.
Is there another blurb that would go out before the 14th, or do all three of those things need to be?
When's our town life due?
I know.
Well, so I'm doing one tomorrow,
For June.
but is that for the whole month of June? Because
Tomorrow
they only
would be
do 1 month.
You're doing it for the senior center?
No, for the hours, but I can also type something out.
It might be too late to get it in for July.
For July, it's already too late?
Well, the
No.
June one is out. So that's what I was gonna mention tonight is there's nothing in there for June.
All right, so we'll get on track for the July edition.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But how many times does the hour time do their shows?
Once a month, isn't it?
It's just one.
Yeah, I believe it's once a month.
Okay.
So,
So I wanna include the craft fair, the June 11th at the library, and then my question about the June 14th Asa Pollard event was, what time is the Pollard thing at?
11 AM if I remember.
Now, do you have the contact at the senior center?
And then,
11 AM at Asa Pollard, and then I believe the plan originally was to hit many minutes at 12. And that over to the fire instruction house afterwards, causing.
what's happening at the moment?
They're doing Molly.
Yeah.
And if there's that.
So that's just,
Colonial.
This is-
So we're at Colonial Minute now.
and then the Sexton House is from,
I don't know the exact.
You just walk.
Is it the open house?
yeah,
No way.
Is it the open house?
so Carol Hand said that it was
It's one to three.
one to two.
So these are the people I was spending.
and then I would include our July 3rd event.
He's a baller.
Somebody.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, concert in the Commons. July 3rd, concert in the Common.
Yeah.
And then you can
Yeah.
talk about it again when you submit your next video too, because it will be coming right up in front of you.
What are we selling them?
What is it starting at? The starting and,
Alright.
or start.
That's a
So they're gonna be doing, Chief Frost is doing the bikes, he said 5 o'clock.
5 to 7.
Are we selling something in the comments?
So I would just say July 3rd. Please follow us for final, for times. Concert in the Common, we're gonna have a bunch of events throughout the day, celebrating the 4th of July.
So you have there on that magazine.
You're gonna need one.
I circled the name of the
You
contact.
need to be food safe certified, so you can start and sell it.
Yeah,
Huh?
for July 3rd.
Sorry.
Where
would I find your
I say we just need popcorn.
Still have to be served.
I thought I gave it to someone to give.
Sure, if it's prepackaged. Yeah, it's gotta be prepackaged though.
Put it in bags.
I know,
I wasn't yelling at you.
I know she gets.
Super bags.
I'm
If selling popcorn, serve safe certified, right?
But I can also. tell you
Unless,
that-
you don't know,
that
unless
letter
it's so
goes out to
different.
hundreds of people.
No, she said, no.
I'll try and,
So Trish does the athletic association for the Shack at high school. And 99 gives her like a freaking trash bag full of popcorn. And then they just sit there and they scoop it and put it in brown bags and then they sell it.
as soon as I have a chance. to talk.
Can you write
No,
your email?
They sell it as a product and 99 gives them the popcorn.
And it's the,
I'll email you for Donna's comment.
For Riley.
Yeah.
Riley.
they have some sort of
The one that's
certificate
circled.
verification.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
Thank you.
you might be able to ask.
I'll find out.
But whoever's already doing it for someone else, get the information. Just copy. and
Yeah.
paste.
I just think cooking is in.
Cooking?
She goes to a barbecue on the 3rd.
Well, it depends on who does the cooking, cause like, police and fire do burgers and stuff.
Riley's easy to work with.
They're serve safe certified.
So the June newsletter,
I'm guessing. I don't know.
The police and fire doing the burgers for me, right?
Fire does burgers for you, yes.
Fire,
Yeah, they do it
what
themselves.
about the police?
I don't know who's that.
Police doesn't do,
Chief Frost,
they don't do it.
Yes.
you happen to have an idea if you guys would like to maybe do burgers on the 3rd? Or I know fire does the burgers and hot dogs for Yankee Doodle. I don't know if the police department's part of that.
Well, I mean, we do, we have our public safety night coming up on August 12th that we do. In our association, our police association does do burgers and stuff like that. I can check with the association and see if they are interested in doing it. I assume that you're looking to to do this. They usually do it to raise money for the association. So I assume that you're looking to do this for a donation. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. So I would have to check with them and see if that's something that that they're interested in. And so what is the date going to be for that? July, is that the July 3rd?
that's July 3rd, yes.
Yeah, yeah, the day we're doing the thing. Let me see. I mean, do you have any idea on the numbers? I mean, anytime you give anything away, I did ice cream for a community engagement project up at the mall a couple of summers ago. I had a line going out of the parking lot for 2 hours straight, and
Sandwiches
Roy,
and just.
yes.
can I ask you a question? I had brought it up, I was hoping to
Huh?
get in touch with, Dave Grubbs. I know we got a bunch of bicycle helmets.
We
Right,
had talked
we
about
already
that.
did that.
Right, so no, but we're doing something in July and safety and we've
We
got
already-
chief there.
yeah, we already-
So we're gonna
it's
put
already
that all
done.
together?
Yeah, it's already done.
It's
Alright,
already done.
You walked in after the concert.
okay, and I have one more throw.
I mean, I don't have a problem if we should wanna charge people $5,
Or
like, because we can get the potato chips for free.
what we're talking
For
about?
July 3rd.
Entry?
Entry fee or what do we?
No, for the hot dogs and hamburgers.
Chris,
Oh, for
this is getting all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, well, let's
It's hot dogs, hamburgers,
so,
and we had.
Kelly, hold on. Chief Frost is gonna check to see if we can do hamburgers, hot dogs, and Kelly,
Hey,
no, come on,
Hamburgers, hot dogs, two frost, yeah. Go ahead, keep
Okay.
going.
alright, let me finish. He's gonna determine whether they can do that.
Right.
Diana asked $5, I wanna know $5 for what, I couldn't understand what you were saying because we had battle in the back and Gil is having a hard time following as well.
Okay, I was just following up on what the chief said, because he said when he did the ice cream and it was free, he had a line for 2 hours. So even though we're not expecting a lot of people because it's July 4th weekend, if you charge $5, for a hamburger and hot dogs and potato chips and a drink, because I think that's what the Lions used to charge, isn't it?
Yeah. So my suggestion would be, as opposed to charging for the hamburgers and hot dogs, if they're willing to do it as a donation, we would do an entry fee more based, and then the hamburgers and hot dogs can be free.
That's where I went.
Well,
That's where you're going with that?
But how do you do an, how do you do an entry fee?
Yeah, the right, there you go.
How do you keep them corralled in the common? How do you gotta do a bracelet?
We could do bracelets.
You
we
have
can-
to do a
we can-
bracelet.
We can rope off, I'm assuming, and Chief Frost might be able to, go ahead, Kelly.
And this is good, cause it's gonna help.
You're like ready to jump
To
out of the
keep
seat.
them bright, ready? We have cornhole games, we did, right? And back in the Minutemen, corn. Aren't we corny here in Bellevue, get them playing a cornhole, deep it out while they're waiting for their hot dogs, they're still entertained. We have interaction of residents going together, they can be playing cornhole, we can do little things like that. And keep it motivated that we're still fun, got to not just offer hot dogs and hamburgers and come to the center for that. Hey, we got a cornhole competition.
Well, so yeah, so I agree that we should have things to do.
Things to do.
We're talking whether we have an entry fee,
Yeah.
how we know who would pay their entry fee.
Mhm.
And then we can talk about what fun activities we can have. So we don't wanna be jumping,
Right.
so if Chief Frost can do hamburgers and hot dogs, we have to determine whether those are charged for or whether we do an entry fee. I'm for a small entry fee for them to come in and do what they gotta do. Gil, you raise your hand.
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize how we control an entry fee.
Well, so that would be up for discussion.
Yeah, because I think that's gonna be a tough. one.
Waiting my turn.
Good job, John. Thank you.
Waiting my turn. I don't have the talking stick yet.
You should get it, you get a talk, you got a talking
No,
stick?
that's-
No, no, no.
that's a habit. That's what
You should have a real talking stick. Do you have is it a real talking stick?
You
Can
can
we really go-
pass around the gavel.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna bring a ring stick.
so
That gets everyone's attention.
back to what Gil was saying, how do we? Just playing devil's advocate here.
Corral.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you're gonna sell bracelets. What's gonna stop someone that has a bracelet, go for a hamburger and hot dog? Go to the person that doesn't have a hamburger and hot dog, bracelet, say, here you go, I need another hamburger and hot dog. Those guys aren't gonna know who's come up and who hasn't. Is what I'm saying.
But,
It's human nature at the end of the day.
so that would fall under crowd control. Chief
Yeah.
Frost might have an idea of how we can do that in the common. So I think we, like, as far as like, do we rope off the area?
Well, we said cornhole, right? Entry fees, team of four, $20, right? And just like brackets for March Madness.
Okay,
You go from
We're
there.
jumping again. Go ahead.
okay, listen, hold on, listen. July 3rd. So far, the chief is willing to do 5 to 7 bicycle safety, and we have helmets. So then Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong, please. Then we have, the concert from 7 to 8:30 or 7 to 9.
I think I had it starting at 6:30. Let me check my email and double check that.
Okay. So we have the concert from 6:30, and then we have the bike safety at 5. So planning other activities, we're celebrating the 4th of July.
Mhm.
So we're gonna we want people to come to the center. So like the Lions used to do, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Lions used to do hot dogs, hamburger, potato chips and a drink
Years ago.
for like $5. And that way there, we have some control over how much we're gonna sell.
Yeah.
And you just have a register here. And they get their hamburger, they get their hot dog, their potato chips or whatever, and they move along. And they sit on the grass and have a nice peaceful picnic in front of a nice concert.
Simple and easy.
Yeah.
I'm very simple.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Chris, if I could,
Yeah.
I want to second that emotion, and because I was visualizing a commotion, I coming in, trying to get people in line so they can buy a ticket, much better off just charging for the hot dogs and everything else, and let them loose in the common.
That's fine.
Then we don't have to police it and.
Yeah, that's
rope
fine.
it.
Like I said.
We don't have to
just
be
throwing
bad
out
guys.
different-
No, exactly.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do? Say, I want some money because you bought a bracelet. You're not gonna be cheap.
So hot dogs, hamburgers in the common, we'll see if Chief Frost can get that situated. Well,
Let me let me add to this conversation. I mean, this is going to be require obviously people to be there to cook it. I feel like the police department is going to be on the hook here to. I'm going to have to hire people to come in to cook hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh, no.
No. Chief Frost, I'll help you do it.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, yeah, I mean, but is the police department, you have serve safe certification, I'm sure, right?
I'm sorry,
Do you have a
I didn't
serve
hear the
safe?
question.
Do you have
Say
serve safe?
No, we would have to go to the Board of Health and get a permit, which is what we do. We
Okay.
We
they
have Boy Scouts, we
they
can
just have
ask.
to confirm that we get our products from a location that usually we go down to. Well, we used to go to Meet Again, but they're not there anymore. So
Okay.
we probably go over to the restaurant depot over in Tewksbury and purchase our burgers and buns and things like that down there.
Okay.
Like I said though, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I'm a little bit blindsided with the whole concept of like now the police department is involved in feeding everybody at this event. I don't necessarily. I wasn't prepared to volunteer the police department for this. I mean, I'd be glad to look into it and maybe even discuss it with the fire department because, they got guys working 24s over there up in the center station that maybe could help out with facilitating that with us. I've got to get guys to come in off duty, to come in and volunteer. And they usually do that like at public safety events. And they do that to fundraise for the association. And the association uses that money for philanthropic type of, activities that we do with the community. But again, this is, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here because this is the 250th celebration. Does the committee have a budget for any of this stuff, or is this all completely volunteer based and donations?
So we have funds that we can do, but we obviously would like to see if we can get donations themselves, whether by items, food. As far as, cooking and doing all that stuff, I mean, I can grab enough volunteers to do it. But, if you guys want, we're looking for different departments in town to be involved, whether just by name by physical item, or if they do wanna help, so like if you said to me, you know, Chris, hey, I got, 3 officers that are willing to donate a couple hours on the third, I'll say, great, cool, we have, you know, 4 or 5 committee members that are gonna be there anyways, any help's appreciated. We're not looking for it all to fall on you.
I'm hearing the chief ask for some time.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, oh, yeah, no, I mean, we said right off, if you could just let us know what you guys think you could do, that'd be
Yes.
great. Not necessarily, yes, you have to tell us now that this is what we want.
We will certainly, yeah, we'll look into it
Yeah.
and we'll do everything we can to support the event.
Yeah, that's perfect.
If it's okay with chief and the committee, I used to manage bars, restaurants, and do a lot of food and catering. If I could touch base with Roy. Cause I think we're putting a lot on all the fire department, the police department, things happen. We also have local businesses. We have Manja open up over there. We have a good location. Where we might be able to keep that food area contained and not so much into the center, and we might be getting some local businesses to tie in some help too. Like with food services, you want people who are certified, safety, like Roy was saying. So if I could tie in with Roy and go over a couple of things and come back to the committee with some ideas that Roy had come up with. And then give some more ideas
Yeah,
to the committee.
that's fine.
So if we don't and Phil's getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
all are, 'cause-
I mean, we weren't looking for an answer.
Yeah.
tonight. We said that right off the rip,
Yeah, I just don't wanna scare
You
them.
know, no.
I'm on the line.
yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, it's more of if the police department association wants to do this, then we're giving them basically the first
Yeah.
right to do so.
Yeah, I just
You know,
didn't.
the
Oh, we
fight-
can split it, we can.
We
you know,
split, exactly,
Right.
but like the fire department already does Yankee Doodle.
Yep.
So, you know, but they're already doing the safety, it's more so he's here, let's see what he can do, and then we can put it out to other people too.
Yeah, cause that's
Um, you know, but no, anything that you do help us with, it's not just gonna rely solely, it would never rely solely on.
Not
on
in the
you.
police department.
Yeah, thank you. Just a lot of
That-
unknowns, right? So
Yeah, correct.
I have to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, we're just trying to.
Get
piece it to-
ideas,
Yeah,
ideas.
piece it together.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't fall on one department.
No,
that's-
never. No, we have plenty of resources. Yes, go.
Could I go, now we'll fill that to death. Could I, go back just quickly to the council on agent letter? That comes out every month. It goes to hundreds of people. I get it in the mail, even though it's always there on the desk there also. And what they did for June was they put basically the same thing they put in for May. And, you know, letting you know that the committee's been formed and here's the website and, you know, I hope that we, and I don't, that guy just sprung it on you tonight, but I hope we can get something going for July.
Okay.
And then that will go out, in June. So the July newsletter will go
Goes out,
in June.
it's a month ahead, or
Yeah.
a couple weeks
Yeah,
ahead.
so we can
Yeah.
probably put our events, our July events and August events in that newsletter. And I also see it as a way for communicating interesting information about the two fifth there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my vision, but I'm not the writer.
No, so Thomas agreed that he would be able to write it.
You think it's right?
It's just a small blurb, nothing crazy. And then basically it's the same thing you're doing for our time live, but just in written form.
And if you need more room, I'm sure if you talk to Myla, she'll give you one.
Within July.
July eighth, is it
Yep.
350th military band?
2/15.
250,
Okay, I got movies by that.
July eighth, which is that following Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's the 215th.
Yeah.
Band, it'll be at the high school.
Yep.
And it's a big band.
That's at the high school, right?
Well, yeah, it's not a Tewksbury.
I would do it, it's fine, else.
I did too,
Okay, and from when to when?
Yes,
I believe. We're,
we have it on the,
we're doing water on that one.
What? Water, yes,
Yeah. We had to get the stickers for that.
yes.
here.
ADG.
Not involved.
Yes.
How many water bottles do you expect?
How many water bottles? I would say at least 20 cases.
20 cases? No, that's
Huh?
400 and,
Can I have some?
How many
that's
bottles in a
480
case?
something bottles.
Huh?
How many bottles in a case?
Can I have some of
44,
those
44.
pieces for June 11th?
Who does this,
Unless you get to 36.
who's this phone number?
We done about the
That's
full
the-
spring one?
That's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Done about the full spring one?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know how many people are gonna show up for the 215.
I mean, it's not like it goes bad.
No,
So if we buy 20 cases of water at $4 a pop, that's what, $80? So $80 of water, if we end up with 10 left over. Put in the
yeah,
panic
we're not,
shelter.
we're not gonna, water doesn't go bad.
No,
But I have, okay, I found this very interesting. I don't know if you guys will, but you know. Yeah, I'm gonna say it anyways. There's this lady who during the revolution. Have you heard of her?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Oh, no, this lady, she dressed as a boy during the revolution. Let's say, put on
No, who's
glasses.
the one who?
The one who,
It's in the Journal of, American Revolution magazine, right? This one.
that she was from Bill Marco.
Oh, no, she, I don't know where she's, hold on. I'm not very good with. I'm in spell thing.
what?
No,
All right, let's,
Anyways,
well, we got it?
yeah, it has a whole, I have a pamphlet here. So. Hold on, is this title? What? How many people dress as a boy?
There's a lot of them next to Potter.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. This is part of the 215 Army Band event.
Yeah, what do we?
What do we,
Okay, it's talking about, there was a woman who dressed as a.
what's her name, who is it?
What upcoming event is that?
Yeah, we,
So anyways, what I was thinking, for that, to get her to come.
Who?
This lady that just.
Up to, go to where? We can't do anything at this event for the July
No.
8th. That is just the
This
army.
has nothing to do with July eighth,
No.
this is a separate event, the next event. Because you always have to keep the events going, so we need an event for August.
I got something for that person. We're working on putting together a ladies luncheon, but it's not gonna be specifically for ladies. We're talking about women's roles in the revolution, and we have some people, the woman from Concord who did, did a talk on, Patriots Day. We reached out to her. Somebody like this would be great to have there also. So maybe we can work that into that.
That's July, end of July.
What's in August?
Is it August?
Yeah.
When would you do that? Yes,
We're working,
Michelle, that's-
yeah, we're still working on the ladies luncheon. We have to set, we've got to get it all planned. But we are looking into speakers, and that would be somebody we'd be interested in talking to for that.
Okay, who's looking into speakers?
Kathy Marr, Isaac, and myself.
Okay, you from the start,
We're trying to find people who talk about specifically women's role
right,
in the Revolutionary War.
is it a 250 event or a historical event?
250.
Historical.
250 was supporting it.
It's 250th, it would be our event, not Historical Society, although if they
Our
want to
event.
join us.
Yeah,
They want to join us.
So it's a 250 event.
Yes.
And the historical society is doing what?
If we want to pull them in, we can, but this is our event.
Okay, because what I was thinking was somebody like her, because you were talking about a tea the last time. And if you ever been to the Bennett Library, it's a beautiful building. I love having events there. That'd be a perfect place to have a tea with this lady talking.
So
I don't,
the Historical Society did that, but what we were looking at is either the Music Dance, because they were a tea house during Prohibition, or the Country Club, because it's a beautiful venue.
so when, are we talking about events in August? Okay, so why don't we put these on for next meeting, and let's focus on, we got the craft fair. Let's focus on the next two events that we have, and then for August, we'll start doing those
Okay.
come next meeting.
Did we?
Because
Schedule everything, cause I like, we got.
Michelle, yeah, so Michelle has the schedule. You sent
Right
it,
now, there are only two things on the schedule.
no, our whole, when we have when we put all the events that we have listed,
Yes,
we have that whole list, right? yeah,
Limited without time.
without date, yeah. So we have those, but we have July, August. We had talked about dates, one of the last meetings.
So we don't,
I think it was the first meeting in May.
everything that we have scheduled with a date on it is already, it's been posted, so all that information is on the Facebook page connected to the website. But we're still working on events. So we have July, just the ones we've talked about, right, just today.
Correct.
It's July 3rd. We have to up to that, plus the concert, and that's all we have really scheduled.
All right, so we have till July 8th. Okay, so Tommy, you have events to talk about going to Our Town Live.
Yeah.
Till, for the month of June.
Yep.
Right?
Through June to.
And then
July.
you can mention to July, yep, you can mention the two for July, because you're gonna be doing another one beginning of July.
Correct. And then
which by that
the
point
for
will-
the Council on Aging will be July 3rd.
Correct. Yep. And then, so then we can start, and then our events will start being filled. So basically, we're filling up all our time. We're talking about things that aren't gonna happen, and they're too close to really gauge, because our next biggest event after this is gonna be July 3rd. We're gonna put all our focus into July 3rd. Yes, Kelly.
Cause I saw June 14th, we were working with the schools, that's Flag Day. And it would be so great, cause we have such talented kids and a music department drama that we could maybe get something for Flag Day, cause I remember Harvard School used to sing and come. If we could get something like that in the center, some type of music, real, like we did at the 5 a.m. thing. But Flag Day, honoring the flag and some singing with our schools, that might keep the kids engaged, continuing into.
So,
July.
so we have a June 14th event, which is the Minutemen, which we're,
It's a weekend, it's, right. Okay, the Minutemen have two things going on that day, and there's an open house at the Historical Society.
so we were gonna promote that in honor of Flag Day. Because we have our June events.
Do we know, are we anywhere with the schools on anything, like, cause I mean, that would be so great that.
So because school is ending in the month of June, it's
Right.
too much on Dr. Cleary and the school department to really get them involved, so they're not gonna be really doing much until the fall.
So so we'll just be doing that, nothing like big in the center for Flag Day or anything like that, just the.
If you wanna try to throw something together in 2 weeks, bring it to the next meeting, and if you can handle that, then go for it.
Yeah.
As of right now, being June, I get kids going, getting out of school, John's got kids getting out of school, your grandkids getting out
Yeah.
of school. We have our big event in July, right?
Yeah.
So our goal is we have one big event per month, right? July, because we're still only in the first year. We haven't even actually hit that 1 year celebration,
Right.
which isn't really until July 4th of 2025.
I just think like marketing wise, you kind of do that little smaller part of June, piggyback to push them, telling them about July.
So that's-
So you don't have to promote that heavy as we're going into summer month, kind of just piggybacks from that going into June.
So that's what we planned on doing, piggyback the Minutemen, because they already have all their stuff already
Right.
planned. And we're just gonna keep spreading awareness that way, and then we'll have our event 2 weeks later, July 3rd. 5 days after that, we have the 215th Army Band, which we're just sponsoring as the 250th. Couple small events in June. June's a tough month for most people. It's getting out of school, can't really get the school
Right.
involved because of it, because they have their fun runs, they have their field days, they have all that stuff, so it's very, very difficult. And then come the falls, where we're gonna start pushing with the schools, which Dr. Cleary already okayed, and then we just keep going from there.
Yeah, I was just thinking of how things just like flow into the next one. So because we're only a small group right now, so it's hard to get everything going. And summer months, like you said,
Yep.
is a lot to like ask everybody to like push. So I was just
Yeah, so I
seeing
mean,
a flow.
if you wanna try for Flag Day for the 14th to put something in the common, we have our meeting the second Tuesday of the month,
The 10th.
which will be the 10th, 4 days before. Come tell us what you plan on doing, have it all set up, and then just do it on the 14th. That's up to you.
Okay, on the Berica Town website for the 250th. All right, we have, I don't know why we have the Berica Historical Society open house. Are we sponsoring that?
So-
The person who is going to the open house, who's gonna talk about Revolutionary War, royal customs fashions. Carrie,
Fellows,
no,
not here.
Medora,
From the Historic Society?
Carrie Medora, she'll be
Yeah,
at the
Carrie
Historical
Medora.
Society, yes. But we are also, they liked our page and we are connected to them, so their events will be on.
So, I mean, for us in general, as a 250th committee, we are the committee that basically is just for the celebration of the, so any event we can sponsor if we're in touch with them. But any event that we're, right, so like if we wanted to put our name on the Historic Society, we have to ask them, they'll put our name on the historic, that's a 250th sponsored event. It's just a publicity thing.
That's.
It's all we are, is a publicity committee, right? And then we have our events that we're doing, we're separate, independent. We allow anybody to jump in if they want to. So we're promoting so any historic or plan, you know, if I don't, what would say planning board. But if we say, yeah, well, it's a 250th event, we'll sponsor it, we sponsor it.
So-
And we're coordinating a lot of the events that are 250th related.
Correct.
And because there's a lot of crossover in some of these.
Yeah. And
So this is a 258th event,
Which one?
the historical.
it's a historical event sponsored by the 250,
We're.
or endorsed, sponsored, promoted.
Okay, so we should put on the thing that is endorsed by the 250 committee.
If that's the language we choose to decide to put on it. Then
Yeah, because it doesn't say anything, it just says 250th committee. And we don't have June 11th down. And we have nothing for July. Down,
Because we haven't seen yet.
huh?
We don't have anything yet.
For
Close.
But
I guess that's where I was getting.
June
June
11th,
11th is on.
Yeah, I was hoping like that.
no,
For something that June 11th, that's coming, it's just right there.
I mean, we can have flyers, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we can have flyers there, but
Yeah.
if you look at,
So-
it's marked off at all.
That's the
Oh,
website.
on the
On
calendar.
the website, you put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
She's talking about the web,
you guys talking two different, so we have the website.
It's not on on the calendar because. Somebody was playing with our website and I think it was Chris Bartlett because he was set up the donors.
Yeah,
And now I can't post any more events.
if
And-
you're,
and he's
yeah,
gonna-
so
He's fixing that.
is Isaac in contact with him? As well? Isaac, our Isaac, is he in contact
He
with Chris?
can't contact him. Why doesn't Isaac need to contact him?
I don't know, just to help with the website.
Yeah, he is helping, but I just need him to fix it so that we can post again.
Okay,
That's what possibly why it's not on the calendar.
but is that the town calendar or our calendar?
That's a town calendar.
It's
It's our calendar on the town's webpage.
Our calendar on the town's webpage, not on our webpage.
not, it is our webpage. We're
So
part
we
of-
have a webpage,
Which is part of.
part of the town website.
And all of our events are on the town calendar.
Where does that calendar sit?
On the town
On
webpage.
the town.
The
website.
main town webpage,
Who's on first?
But if they want.
right? The main town
If
web,
they go into our website, just two
Look at-
fifty, our calendars. on.
correct, and then we have our list on our actual sub-web page of the town page.
Are they in mirror image?
No,
Say that again?
mirror image, no.
In other words, if you change one, does the other one change
Yes.
automatically?
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, so we have to make sure that everything's updated for June
Right,
eleventh.
so then
Okay,
June 11th.
all right. So as of right now, where unless we decide to add something, we have all our events from now until July 3rd.
July 3rd has to be added.
July 3rd has to be
But
added.
you're supposed to add, you should add July 8th.
We can add July 8th too as well, yes, because we do have that set, but that is a sponsored or endorsed or publicized by the 250th event, however we decide that we want to
Okay.
word it.
Now, the guy that was sending out a lot on that is Donnie from the veterans.
Which is, yeah, it's his event.
It's his event.
It's his event,
Correct.
yeah.
So we've got it, we're on Facebook now.
Yes, yeah, so he asked us if we wanted to be part of it by sponsorship, partnership, endorsement, however you want to phrase it.
So what do you want to post on there for July 8th?
The 250th,
215th
It's on
15th.
there.
band, Army band, sponsored by the 250th Committee of Board.
okay, she.
Are we all in agreement with sponsorship? Partnership, endorsement, which one do we want?
Well, what would Donnie think if we said we're sponsoring it?
He asked us to sponsor. it. That was
Okay,
his,
then-
that was
then
his
there you go.
phrasing.
We are on the flyer too.
If he used the word sponsor,
Then you sponsor.
That's it.
It says Billerica Veteran Services. 215 Army Band Patriotic And then our logos down at the bottom, along with.
Yep,
the
you're on it.
VFW, the DA lead. And
July 3rd isn't listed.
the Yankee Doodle. No, we haven't created the event yet for July 3rd, and
So-
we're still talking about what we're actually doing for that event.
But we can still
But I
put,
can, but I,
the event can still be put on the calendar. Okay. Alright. Oof. Fundraising school committee, we'll skip that. We pretty much covered everything. School committee, that's gonna come off until next year anyways, until next fall, it's school season. Working groups, any working group have updates? None, great. Minutes, go ahead. Dan.
Okay, on the minutes. Like I already discussed with some of these.
Are we revisiting the eighth? The meetings of the
The-
minutes of the eighth,
The 8th, yes.
or are we talking about the 30th?
All right, the 30th you don't have.
Correct, I just got them from Michelle about an hour ago.
And, speaking of, all right, so I'll stop there. So speaking of the minutes, I think the minutes should go from Michelle, email them out to the whole committee. Instead of going from Michelle to Chris, back to Michelle, then, because we're not getting the minutes. I mean, it's been a month, right? The 30th? April 30th?
I don't have, Dan's sharing, I have like two meetings.
Why
So we're
not?
talking, we're just talking about what the
Right,
minutes from,
I can't even like vote on them, because I only have in the very beginning when we were meeting. Any other current minutes going from January, I don't have.
from where?
I only have minutes with the January meeting. I don't even have March, I don't have February.
So we have voted on all the minutes.
And I haven't voted on them because I haven't got any, I've said that I can't vote on them, I said I don't have.
Okay,
minutes.
so we have entered all the minutes, including the eighth. We have not entered the 30th and the meetings that we've had this month.
Correct.
I have yet to receive the meetings, the minutes. Michelle hasn't typed them up yet. We have a lot going on. Everyone's busy. They will get them and we will be able to review them. You had said that there was inconsistencies or incorrectness on the 8 minutes. So let's address that.
Okay, so discussion with Donnie Gavis on July 6th for the Veterans Focus events. It's not July 6th, it's July 8th.
But at the time, so the minutes are reflective of what we talked about. We had an error on the 6th that Kat had rectified. So the minutes reflect what we talked about at that meeting, not about the information that we found out after the fact. After that 8th meeting,
What?
You can't change the minutes to reflect what happened in the future.
I
Can
think
only
July
reflect-
6th was also the date that was listed on the agenda.
correct, when we got the
Right, but that
paperwork.
was on, so that was on Sunday. Diana asked members to donate baskets for the raffle. I mean, I don't think I did that.
Well, it might be a typo or an
Yeah.
error as far as
And then-
members versus.
Banners will be purchased from ADG printers to use on the tables. Isaac Wright Litcher will look into hanging the banner on the ATV building.
Mhm.
So banners will include the QR code. So did we order them?
That
No,
was-
that's, we discussed that, I got that one, so, and I just told them that, waiting, I reached out to AG, cause we're still doing.
Okay, so that's,
I'll find out, cause I need. the
Yep.
Exact size you want, how big are we? I
So
know
we
1.5
allotted and approved money for the banners. For you to just go and buy them, ADG,
Yeah,
Diana will be able to just go there with the check and pay them.
but it was the last meeting that we had to vote, that was like what we're putting on a t-shirt, that envelope.
so we're gonna
No.
get
So that,
We voted the banner in a month before.
right, but we didn't know what we were putting for a seal, kind of. That wasn't voted yet, so I still didn't.
Do you
have
have
the
the
banner,
QR
just gonna say 250 committee, no?
No, Isaac did the banner when we passed it around and you were seeing the banner, right, Michelle? That was what? But that was back, that was after the 8th. I think it was on the 30th that we talked about the
Yeah,
banners.
but I had said, I haven't gotten any minutes, any paperwork, I haven't gotten anything. This was like the first, I haven't gotten it, no materials. And I think I had said that at the last meeting. Now granted, I did some through Zoom. But I was hoping to get material sent to me and I haven't gotten any, so it's kind of, when you brought up banners, oh, that's right, Chris, I did say I'd look into the banner. So and that's when we talk about teachers. So I'm following up with the banner. I'll have a number for you tomorrow. On what the banner will.
So you're already approved for the amount. We already know how much they're gonna cost, because you already got that for us.
No, I've got a base.
You got
meeting
the-
target.
Yep, you got the-
Drop.
Yep,
Yeah, right,
so you know how much they're gonna cost. We said just let's do it.
do it, right.
Because we have to have, we're probably not gonna have them for Saturday now, which is fine. We'll have them
Correct.
moving forward. And then we just go from there.
Right.
But as far as what your statement was, what was the inconsistency or improper with that, with those minutes? That's what we're trying to figure out, is what is
Okay,
wrong with the minutes?
So here it says, all orders and expenditures must be submitted to accounting on a purchase order.
That's, you said that, yes.
No, I said I need the receipts. I need the receipts to me, so I can go to accounting and get the check.
Since voting on changing the April 8th minutes aren't on the agenda yet anyway, can I make sure that she has the video recording of the 8th minutes? That way you can say exactly, you can figure out what was said, what needs to be changed, and then at the next meeting, you can say, I move to make these amendments. Would that work if I just got you?
Because the video is posted.
Okay.
So if you want to watch the meeting, yeah, that's fine.
And then the motion was made second to plan July 4th community event, which is July 3rd, not.
So again, the minutes are what we talked about that particular day,
Mhm.
not is what actually happened from then to now. So if it's on July 3rd, that happened at another meeting, which it would be in those minutes. We're not retroactively changing the minutes that we had from that meeting. A meeting that was a month later. So if we have a meeting May 15th and we say the event's July 3rd, we're not gonna go back to the meetings on the 8th and change those minutes to say, oh yeah. it's
Oh, no,
July
no, no, I
3rd.
just want to make sure that, my point is, if people are reading these minutes online. I want to make sure that people are getting the right information. That's
But we,
all I care.
yeah, but we can't change the
We
minutes.
can't change it now, no.
No, but we can't change it anyway. So
Right.
even if we go to, if she gives me the minutes, or the minutes could go out. And you said, well, no. We said the events on July 3rd. But a month before that, when we had the meeting, we said July 6th. We're not gonna change that minutes to reflect so that the meeting after is the one that's gonna have the correct date. So I don't understand why you're saying that those ones are wrong. So if check the Zoom, go through the Zoom.
I'll-
Yeah, I mean, as far as the correct information, we're going to give them the correct information via the calendar, the things we post and all that stuff. The minutes is just to record what we talked about.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we get that Michelle mails out the minutes to the committee.
Can we talk on that?
Sure, go ahead.
I was thinking about that. I've been chairman of more committees than people that ever believe. President of one of the largest youth organizations in town. And always when the secretary had the minutes ready to go, I had a chance to look at them. The second pair of eyes. And also to see where I'm gonna be in trouble at the next meeting. So I think letting Chris look at it, if he wasn't turning around quick, then I'd say, well, that's on him. You gotta fix that.
Yeah.
But if she's sending it to you and you're taking a couple of hours to look at it and then sending it back, I think that's a good move. Because I would never have allowed the secretary to send it out without having a chance to take a look at it. For many reasons.
So that's how we have it set up. But
Okay.
as far as I just got them today, so we're not going to be voting on that.
Right,
today.
see, my only problem with that, with the system is that we're voting on the minutes 2 minutes before we get them, 2 minutes after we get them. Which,
Is there a mailbox that we can come pick them up when she's done, we check them and they're in?
Well, so Michelle, we emailed them,
Right,
which I think
Send
we,
them directly instead of you sending them directly, but I still think it's the best
Yeah,
if, once they're done, I send them to Chris, he can look through it.
But
And
if she-
ask me to add or change anything, and then I can send them out.
yeah, so I mean, what I did last time is I think I included the agenda in the minutes
Mhm.
when I posted the agenda. So
Why not
if,
just make a motion to have the minutes posted 48 hours before the next meeting?
well, yeah.
And call it, and
Why-
call it a day.
so, no, go ahead.
If you receive the minutes and you've reviewed them and you're happy with them, make a motion to approve them. if a second person has received the minutes and had time to read them and they're happy with them, they'll second your motion. Anyone else who's read it will vote yes. Voting on minutes from April 30th, obviously not enough people who have read it yet. That motion's not gonna go anywhere right now.
Correct.
We don't need to have some specific timeline. The vote will happen when it happens.
Yeah.
Now, there is a rule, at least 10 days past the meeting, she has draft minutes available. If someone wanted to submit a public records request for the draft minutes, they're absolutely available for someone who wants that level of. So when you guys are ready to vote, you're ready to vote.
There's no timeline on,
Other than the 10 days, at least the draft minutes, if draft minutes aren't ready, your notepad, so.
There's nothing, read through the rules, and there's nothing about having to have the draft minutes 10 days later. It's 1 year. I have 1 year to get those minutes posted, and I'm not gonna take that long, actually.
no,
Well, draft has to, like, whatever you have for a draft, you have to offer a draft within 10 days. It's stamped draft is not legal binding or anything. But you have to offer it, and then the minutes, the best way to go about it is like most committees, we try to finish, sometimes it's 2 meetings you're behind on minutes. Cause you never wanna bog down a committee with all these.
We're
minutes
4
that you
behind?
don't Remember.
oh,
Was it-
oh,
Yeah, like planning board,
Yeah.
be behind too.
it happens.
But I guess like my biggest thing, Michelle, and to the committee is, I haven't received, I'm even going further back, I haven't received any, and I think I've said it to you, Chris, I cannot vote on any because I haven't reviewed any, even if it's a draft. So Pat knows, I've always liked to have a hard copy too, I used to come in and bug, yeah, I'll take my hard
Yeah,
copy
so-
also. Because the hard copy is the original, and then it may change, and you come in here and change it.
So do you want a
So-
hard copy?
Well, no,
Because I
I'm
know
saying-
I've emailed.
Right. I guess what I'm saying, I haven't had any.
So, yeah,
I don't, but I haven't gotten any minutes, and then I'm also making a suggestion to the committee, because Michelle's so long on her plate, that we also. In this office, like the town manager's department has like our minutes helps with it. We can always have a mailbox in there that we just put minutes
But-
in there if people want the hard copy.
but again, no, so Michelle gives the minutes to me just to comb over,
Right.
review. I said back to her, I said, Michelle, looks good to me. And then either I send them out, or if Michelle wants to send it, she can send, it doesn't matter who sends it, once they go up.
Right.
We're not, again, any minutes that we have voted on have been sent out.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then we can check and see if I've received by who opened emails.
Yep.
Could you please review why
I
I'm
will-
not getting in?
I will check and see.
That's, I just like to get some minutes so I could,
Could
no, that's all.
I just voice what I think I just heard?
Yeah.
I think I just heard. Michelle's not prepared. Gonna go to Chris will approve it and get it back to Michelle, and it will come from the secretary. It should come from the secretary, not from the president, not from me, not from anyone else.
I guess, I'm gonna say it again to the committee, I've said it numerous times, I have not received them, I'm still not receiving them, I don't care how it gets, just somebody get me some damn minutes.
Yeah, so we
So-
have, yeah, so,
So
we haven't sent out minutes in 6 weeks.
we don't have February, we haven't said that.
We have sent out February, March, we have approved every minutes for every meeting up until April 8th.
Alright, so,
Up until April 8th, minutes have been voted on and approved. We are the 30th. The 3 meetings now that we've had in May. Right, we've had 3 meetings,
Well, this one, and then.
and we had the last week
One.
and then beginning of May. So there's 3 in May, and there's 1 in April 30th. So, or it might be, whatever, it is. However many meetings we've had, either way, those have not been sent to me. Once they are sent to me, I'm not pressuring her, Michelle, to get them to me.
But I have them.
Yeah, that's fine, but there's no pressure, right? We know we've talked about, they will get, and then they will get submitted, and then they will get sent. Michelle, if you want, send them out to the committee. Gil thinks that's a good, is that how, or I can, it doesn't matter.
Send them to you so that you can review them, and as soon as you say they're okay, I'll send them.
Send, okay, fine.
That's all it takes.
alright,
That's all it takes, it's done.
correct.
Once that's done, the following meeting, we'll vote on whichever minutes we have ready. Hopefully, by next meeting, if they are all completed outside today's meeting, we can vote all 3 weeks in. And you will have the meeting minutes before we vote. Okay,
Yeah, now maybe I can ask Michelle, when you do go through the minutes, you'll see that I haven't voted on it because I couldn't. That's all I was trying to say. It's just like I just want to make sure that I get them, because you just said that February all those were approved. And what I'm trying to tell you, Chris, is, and even back then, I haven't even had the opportunity to view them to approve, so you will have a vote for me.
Well, I do know
And
that.
I said, I didn't vote, I didn't vote.
So there may be an email issue.
Correct.
yeah, so if you voted,
One way, we're not giving everybody something different. So we're gonna do it this way, I'll send them to Chris. If he says they're okay, then I will send them out to the rest of the committee.
And you wanna check Kelly's email address. then.
it's KELLEY
Yeah.
JAYE. So, yep, at
And
gmail.com.
then I also have the AOL to everybody both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not picking on Michelle, anybody, it's. Just please.
So I know there have been meetings, and I remember this off my mind, that you voted no to approving the minutes. I recollect
Yeah,
that,
same.
which that is how the votes go. If there's no reason that the whole committee got it except for you. If there is, then there's an error with the email, which we will make sure is rectified. Either way, you'll get the minutes. If you would like printed form, we can do that too.
Right, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's been an hour.
Which we're a select board office, so we can leave them in Dawn's office. I'm assuming I'll check with her, but I don't see that being an issue.
No, there's mail on, just leave them in there.
Correct. But since we are a select board committee,
Yeah,
I'm sure there's no issue with that. Her having a mailbox, we'll leave a couple copies.
you just
That
give
work?
us a little spot, that's all.
Does it? That work? Good
I mean, she gives detailed minutes, I've seen you guys discuss them, but I just.
I know that we had an issue with your email,
Right.
because Gil mentioned that you weren't getting the emails, but I wasn't getting them bounced back, so
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I made
Yeah.
a change as soon as Gil brought it up.
Cause it went,
You
the
were
one,
on that committee's email,
Right.
it was written as KELLY, not EY.
but it wasn't, somebody's getting them, because they never bounced back.
So I'd suggest, just for fun, but tonight
I
when you
mean,
get
yeah,
home,
they actually.
tonight when you get home, you send Kelly an email.
Yeah.
And just say, hi,
I
Kelly.
can't email.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna review your Zoom, review the Zoom meeting. If there's any inconsistencies, we'll address it the next meeting. We'll have the meetings for the minutes I just got through, send me through today, I'll review them, I'll send them right back, we'll send them out. We have our next meeting on June 10th. That is a Tuesday, June 10th.
Michelle, did you print these all up? Cause like if I can see town, can give me some of these that we can have at the door or we put it in the room, so people can see this and be like, hey, don't print this, don't we can. Yeah, that's a lot of color.
So our next meeting is June 10th, we'll review the 8 minutes, if there's any inconsistencies, we'll vote on the 30th. Kelly, if you decide you want to do something for Flag Day, present it to us, have it all ready to go, and we can go for it. The Minutemen do have their event on the 14th. We're gonna move to the treasurer's report,
We still have the same amount of money.
so nothing, no change? Okay.
Motion
No,
to
nobody's giving me any.
Motion to accept the treasurer's.
Did anybody spend any money?
Se-
Did you spend money?
No, he's seconding the motion.
Okay.
I did for the shirts. But I will, put that for the next meeting.
Okay.
I changed, so I'll
I
get.
did talk myself, so.
Can you just send me a chart
Yes,
of,
I'll just email it to you.
yeah, that's all I need.
So you have a
Flag
motion and a second, accept the treasurer.
All right, all in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Day, I did, too. Actually,
What, the treasurer report?
yeah,
She just,
yeah, she just.
It's the same as,
last week.
we're like, I didn't make the deposit for all
Right,
the craft stuff, I'll be up here tomorrow doing that. That's another $300, so we're, last time I said we were 300 and 300.
36 something.
$333 and
Yeah,
like
we're down
65 cents
180%.
above what we started out to be.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fucking out.
He's fucking out of business.
My question is,
Oh,
did
sorry.
you,
Sorry.
did you let them know, like, with the craft fair, that we're gonna have a little table for, did you mention it to them, for the kids to do some crafts?
Yes,
That'd
that,
be fun, exciting. So
Yep.
any tile that's left. over-
so
They don't have any.
we have motion to the treasurer's report, right? That's all approved? You got all the votes? approve the treasurer's report
I'll buy you a box.
Motion made, seconded,
and voted.
and voted.
Jammer report,
You know you know how like kids do like the little tiles like this big?
Yeah.
you have none of those, John?
None, I don't keep
All right.
anything, and it's all
So
returnable. I
let's,
get my money.
let's plan a fundraising meeting
I was thinking blocks of wood.
for sometime early next week, mid next week, just for a quick little touch base.
Okay.
From after the event,
After
from
the,
after the fair, the craft fair, just so we can touch bases of the fundraising committee.
oh, just so you all know that I can't take cash out of the money, out of the
Account.
account. I can't take cash out. So I'm going to start our bank off with the raffle money, which will probably like, $25 in ones, or fives or whatever. The reason being, I'll put a note in there and then whoever's doing the raffle table, I'll have them count the money. So that
So who's putting that $25 in,
me
you personally?
personally,
But you don't have cash from the money you've collected?
I asked nobody to give me
Okay.
cash.
We can get a check and then take it to the bank and get cash.
I'd rather do it this way, just whoever's going to the raffle table. can
What?
count the money.
Yeah, you stop them.
You have an input for this? Go ahead, Gil.
I'm only picking up a little bit, but I just wanna warn you. We just had a big problem at the council on aging because they had some petty cash on the side. And I guess the accounting office went nuts because of it. So you wanna be very careful that you're doing that. Make sure whoever we're working with in the town, that they know you're doing it.
I checked with the accountant.
Okay.
Okay, I went to the accountant last week, I'll see him again tomorrow. I went to the accountant and I asked him if I have to, because I was gonna bring cash in next week from the raffle table. He said, that's okay, as long as I write a little ditty about where I got the money from. And then I said, with the raffle money, cause I don't want a check in my name. Because, I don't want anybody to,
Yeah, like years ago, waitresses stuff.
do what they do. So he said it was okay for me to just put the cash in, have somebody sign their name next to mine, that this is the money that I put in. They have to see me do it. Sign their name, and then I just take that money out. And then I give him the document that says that I put the money in and I took it out.
It's just to be politically astute. Write him an email telling you what he told you.
Right,
I understand that way I am going to.
yeah, I'm going there tomorrow
Oh, good.
Yeah, what it is,
to double check.
waitresses, like 99, we dealt with cash, everything's cards now. You always go in on your shift with a bank line, it's like $20. And that's your bank, so even at the end of the night, you're still getting $20.
It's
If
just a
she started with
CYA
50, it
for
would
her.
be too much.
It's just a CYA.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The chamber report, I got nothing really to report. I want to make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Was I too excited?
Yeah, it's still-
Oh, no,
No, all right,
You're president.
hold on.
While we're off
All right.
the meeting, can I just make one